serving at the shelter since the early 2000s. I think one of my earliest memories is coming here, serving with a veteran who had served in the first Iraq War, the Operation Desert Storm. And we were here just when the United States had gotten into Iraq a second time, and it wasn't going so well. And it was bringing back memories for him. And I remember just making pancakes with him. And he had also served a tour of duty at IHOP. And he was laying down the most beautiful pancakes you would ever see while processing this whole Iraqi thing. And it was a lesson in the healing power of pancakes. I kept with me. Another vivid memory is bringing a bunch of teenagers here and just marveling at the emergent order. It kind of reminded me of the time-lapse video of a desert after a rainstorm, where it starts off kind of bleak and sullen, but then it blossoms, and just watching the teenagers figure out, starting with the sullen, silent car ride here, before sunrise, just watching them blossom, and it was really quite something. My family and I have had a long-standing tradition of serving here at Christmas. My wife is from Sweden, and when we got married, she brought her Swedish Christmas traditions. I brought my Midwestern Christmas traditions, and over time we compromised and adopted all of her traditions. One of which is that you do everything on the 24th. Which completely frees up the 25th. And so he said, well, why don't we serve breakfast at the shelter on the 25th? It was sort of our version of Chinese food in a movie. So it just became one of the best parts of our Christmas tradition. And I remember one time during the early days when my two daughters were just joyfully cleaning one of the bathrooms together. And I was thinking there's only one spot in the charted universe where that could happen. And it's right here. It was just, it was really sweet. So why the Byggmeister connection? I think, one of the, I'm at the end of my career, and I've learned that one of the great inefficiencies of a human life is that sometimes you don't understand the purpose of your career until it's over. And I think, when we served the shelter, I was frequently at the counter, basically serving the guests, and I think it's because I gravitate towards places outside my comfort zone, which made me in the early years a really bad choice to hire as a remodeling contractor. I realized that fixing houses requires the sorts of organizational and people skills it requires include, the ability to have difficult conversations, collaborative problem solving, building durable and fluid coalitions and teams across socioeconomic and political divides. Exactly all the skills you need to fix houses are the skills you need to mend communities. And I didn't realize that until late in my career, but Byggmeister understands it is out of the gate, and it's really building on that understanding, is my perception. And it would be embarrassing for me to say how many times I watched the video of you putting up the walls, and even more embarrassing to tell you how happy it makes me each time.